Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. And we certainly are. And I hope you've had your vitamin C, your coffee here as I get hooked up to my mic. And let's see who's coming on here first as you get your notification. Lynn, you're number one. Brahim, Mike, Lynn, I don't know how you did it, but you got right to the top. Sue, how are you? And Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. And Andrea, Niagara Falls. Elaine, good morning to you. And Nativity, how are you? Right up at the top, you guys. Nellie, how is you? And Sandy, Chilliwack, British Columbia. Jude, Troy, New York. And Diane, Thunder Bay, good morning. Leela from Berner. Wendy from Markham. Kevin from Oshawa. And Rita, New Brunswick, good morning. All our faithful. Bonnie, how are you? Patricia from Florida. David, Ridgeway, good morning. Janice, did I miss you, Janice? Were you right up at the top and I missed you? Frida. Anne, Moncton, New Brunswick. Karen, Little Britain. Marlene, how are you? And Lise, good morning. And Kristen, Saskatchewan. Maureen. And Helga, how are you? Melika from Stouffville. Dave from Muskoka. And Luella, West Tennessee. Donna, I'm going to say hi to Doc McEwen, West Tennessee. Veronica, how are you? Terry, Prince Rupert. Etta, how are you? Janice said she was right at the top. Rosa, how are you? Eva, Rosalinda. I missed Rosalinda too. Bonnie, did I already say hi to you? Bonnie, Darlene, how are you? Dave from Cardiff, good morning. Heather, Mira, Mishi, Sue, Mira Mishi, Martha. I always have trouble with that one. It's Mira Mishi, I think. Star, I haven't seen your name in a long time. How are you? Jill. And Dave is saying hi to Brenda and Kevin. Deb, how are you? Rita. Okay, couple of more guys. Let's get going. Jermaine. First time on? Jean? Guys, I know not everybody says hi, obviously. Francis, Lise. But if you're first time up, let me know. Deb. Okay, you're there. Yolanda, I've been waiting for you. Joanne, Eganville. Bonnie from Blenheim. Cecilia, how are you? Okay, you guys, love you dearly. Yvonne, here we go. Okay, so I read an article yesterday, and it was more propaganda than anything else, because it was talking about the benefits of being a vegetarian, okay, and or a vegan. And guys, you know me, I push back on that stuff. I push back on that because it's not science. It's more religion than science, okay? It's more, you take that by faith. And a lot of people, they believe it because it's a narrative that's being pushed, okay? And I just want to go over again, because I've done this many a time. But the essential nutrients that you miss when you live on the plant kingdom, and I've been screaming about this for a long time. So you guys, one thing you'll all admit, if you've known me for any length of time, I've been consistent about this. I am big on there's 3 kingdoms of food. Okay? There's the animal kingdom, eggs, meat, and cheese. There's the plant kingdom, fruits and vegetables. And then there's the man-made kingdom. Okay? Foods that are made by man contain bad oils. They're cooked in bad oils, hydrogenated oils made for your car. It's one of the big problems in our society today because of high levels of omega-6 versus omega-3. And what do you get? Inflammation. Okay? Inflammation. So, let's talk about that. It's a review for a lot of you. Okay? It's a review. And if you have my book, Sun, Steak, and Steel, okay, you got our book, then all of that I'm going to talk about is in there, but it's good to go over a review because you're going to be inundated by propaganda. You see it on TV, you see it, if you have, there's a narrative and people just assume it's true. And that is, they put the plant kingdom above the animal kingdom. They put the plant kingdom above the animal kingdom. And I don't like that because it's not true. I'm going to give you at least 17 things, and we'll go over some of them, okay, that are not found in proper amounts in the plant kingdom. You can think of many of them, I'm sure, off the top of your head, if you've been watching this program for any length of time. Okay? 1, vitamin A. Now, vitamin A is like Rodney Dangerfield. Nobody talks about it. If you lived in the third world, with malnutrition, they bring vitamin A over. All the aid, people that bring aid to the third world, they use vitamin A a lot. Okay? Because, and they use it in the third world, at least, maybe not as much today. I don't know. But I remember, even as a kid, they talked about blindness. They don't get enough vitamin A. But vitamin A is not just for your eyes. And that's why carrots sort of got put up on the food chain. And listen, I'm not telling you carrots are no good. I'm just telling you there's something a lot better. That's meat. That's an egg. That's dairy. Why? Because you got vitamin A in there. Vitamin A, the real vitamin A, a pro-retinol A, is not found in the plant kingdom. Beta-carotene, the precursor to vitamin A, is found in the plant kingdom, but not vitamin A. And you need it. It's a fat-soluble vitamin that is essential for your immune system. You guys know me. I always talk about it. It's still today. I traveled last week. Okay? I traveled last week. It's amazing to me. In the airports, people are still wearing their masks. I get a headache. When people talk about this, okay, because you know me, I talk about pH, okay? But you want to make yourself really acidic, okay? You want to make yourself acidic? Put a mask on. You're supposed to be breathing out, okay? And by the way, when you put a mask on, over your nose and over your mouth, what is that doing to prevent you from getting a virus? Nothing. I screamed about this during the whole pandemic. I screamed about it. You guys know it. How silly when you actually, which is far, I like mask over your eyes when you're sleeping. I don't like the nonsense of a mask unless you're a surgeon, okay? And you don't want to be spitting up over an open wound. But, would somebody just tell the truth, for heaven's sakes? They do nothing except make you acidic. You're breathing in. Your body is getting rid of that carbon dioxide. You don't want to be breathing it back in. But not only that, you're not even covering your eyes. So if you touch your eyes, that's why I'm so big on vitamin A. Vitamin A gives you the invisible mask. It protects your eyes, protects your nose. A lot of people don't realize you just touch your eyes with a cold virus. Now, okay, let me rephrase a little bit because I got to back up just a touch because you guys know me. If you have a good immune system, there's always going to be viruses. There's always going to be bacteria. There's always going to be a flu season. There's always going to be. I'm not so concerned about what's out there. I'm more concerned about what's in here. My immune system, your immune system. And one of the most essential vitamins for your immune system, and you're going to say vitamin D, and you would be right, but also vitamin A. It is not found in the plant kingdom. It's not. Does that make plants no good? No, it doesn't mean that. But it doesn't make them superior. I get a chuckle. I see these commercials, for a supplement of fruits and vegetables. It become a big hit. And I in my head, I'm going, if you're going to take a supplement of food, well, then at least take liver. Take a liver supplement, a lot better than the fruits and vegetable ones. And I'm not saying fruits and vegetables are no good. I'm not saying that. Okay? But you need essential amino acids and you need essential fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin K2, vitamin D from food. The best place to get vitamin D, of course, we all know it, is the sun. But number 2 is to get it from food. And you don't get vitamin D. The Inuit, formerly called Eskimos, they never saw the sun. For a long time anyway. And they've never, they're not running around butt naked to get the sun. What did they do? Well, they ate their vitamin D every day. When they ate that blubber and the seal and, that's what they did. Fish and blubber from, the elk and the seals and whatever they were eating. They always ate a lot of the fat. And by the way, they didn't get heart disease, even though their cholesterol was through the roof. Ooh. Okay, so vitamin E, vitamin A. It's not found in the plant kingdom. Vitamin D. You don't get it from the plant kingdom. Okay? DHA. You don't get it from the plant. It's not in the plants. Okay? Again, these are essential, guys. Let me give you the C's. Okay, I spell it out in the book. Okay, now I'm gonna do this, okay, this morning. Put CoQ10 over here, okay? Why is CoQ10, okay? Why is that so important, guys, for you? Why is CoQ10 important? Well, CoQ10 has become famous because people didn't even hear of CoQ10 until they discovered that when you take a statin drug, the number one selling medication of all time are statin drugs to lower cholesterol. And that gives me a migraine. But CoQ10 became famous, and they said, well, and even mainstream medicine would agree with this. You're taking a statin drugs, you're taking a statin, you're probably low in CoQ10. But they don't tell you what CoQ10 is. They just tell you, oh, you're low in it, okay? Like I said, I'm putting CoQ10 over here because I want you to understand how you make CoQ10, okay? Now, CoQ10, when you're low in CoQ10, your body makes it, okay? Your body makes CoQ10, but you will never have enough CoQ10, one, if you're on statin drugs. Two, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan. It's impossible for you to have the proper amount of CoQ10. Okay, so what does that mean? What does CoQ10 do? Well, your battery packs, your mitochondria, okay? Every brain cell that you have, okay? You think brain cells are important? Oh, they're important. You bet your boots, okay? Every brain cell that you have has at least 2,000 mitochondria in there. What are mitochondria? Battery packs. You learned that in high school. You learned about the mitochondria in your cells. Well, brain cells and heart cells, think of it, okay? Think of it for a minute. Your brain energy needs lots. Your brain needs a lot of, so when you eat, your brain says, hey, give me 25%. It's like the federal government. I'm taking taxes. Before you spend a nickel, I want your taxes. Well, your brain, yeah, it takes a lot of energy for your brain to operate. It's headquarters. Every cell, every brain cell you have has at least 2,000 mitochondria battery pack. And your heart is very similar. A little less, but yet similar. That's why when you take a statin drug, you take a statin drug to lower cholesterol. But in the meantime, it kills your mitochondria within your muscles of your heart. Ooh. Imagine a medication that takes away your CoQ10. You know what? Doc? My cholesterol is down because I'm taking a statin drug. Yeah, but your heart is a muscle, and you destroyed the muscle because of the mitochondria. And, yeah, your cholesterol is down, goody gumdrops. But the problem is, you got less mitochondria working in your brain, plus your brain is made up of cholesterol. Why do you want to get your cholesterol down? You know how many times I heard that? In my office, 1,000,000 times. Doc, I'm on a statin drug. I said, okay, but you better be eating steak. You better be eating lots of eggs. You better be eating lots of butter and cheese. And, okay, and you better be taking CoQ10 as a supplement. I get a headache, guys. And whenever you get a vegetarian or a vegan, they can't argue that. They can't argue that. They're hoping, you know, it's amazing to me, even a lot of the gurus, guys I graduated with, women I graduated with, women that have the PhD like me in nutrition. And yet they live on the propaganda of veganism and vegetarianism. Oh, well, you know, Dr. Martin, I know you're a little bit of a renegade, and, red meat is acidic. Red meat will cause cancer. Red meat. Yeah, it's bad. And I said, based on what? On the nutritional profile of a steak? Based on what? Because someone said so? And it's the narrative of the world. It's the narrative. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it right. Give me the science of it. Prove to me. Where do you get vitamin A in food? Where do you get vitamin D in food? CoQ10. Your body makes it, but it needs amino acids, certain amino acids to make CoQ10. And you'll make it, but you won't make enough of it. Glutathione. I bring people back to glutathione. Okay? What is glutathione? It's a combination of the 3 amino acids. But you need amino acids to make it. Your body makes it. But your body is relying on the food that you eat to make glutathione. And glutathione is Velcro. It's an enormous part of your immune system. It's a powerful antioxidant. It makes DNA. It regenerates the body. It helps men. Turn on the reaction, express yourself with a hand gesture during video call. Okay. Something came up on my camera there to tell. I guess, am I talking with my hands this morning? Any more than usual? Anyway, I just got a notification. Okay. It helps your enzymes, glutathione. Guys, glutathione is Velcro. 2 things you need for glutathione, production of it properly, to get the right amounts. You need to eat steak, and you need to keep your liver clean. How do you keep your liver clean? How do you keep your liver empty of... how do you keep your liver empty of this stuff? Fat? 5 pounds of fat. A foot long and 6 inches wide. Doc, I only lost 5 pounds. I'm mad at you. I thought I was going to lose more weight than that, Doc. And then I would bring out in my office 5 pounds. And I said, you just lost 5 pounds of fat. You didn't lose any muscle. You lost because you were eating protein. and animal protein. And I said, you just lost 5 pounds of fat. You see what 5 pounds of fat looks like? It's a foot long and 6 inches wide. Stop it. Stop complaining. I had a lady send me an email. Dr. Merton, I'm only lost 5 pounds. To make glutathione, you need all the essential amino acids. To make it properly, you'll make it. But you're not making enough. And it's essential for your immune system. Glutathione is essential for anti-aging. It's a detoxer. Your body has a detox. You know, you guys know me, so I'll say it again. Your liver, baby. Your liver. It's a detox organ. Your lungs too, your kidneys too, but not like your liver. Your liver does 600 things, and one of its biggest functions is to keep your blood clean. And all you got to do is keep it clean. Keep your liver clean. How do I do that, Doc? Well, quit eating so much crappy carbs and sugars and high fructose corn syrup. Quit eating that stuff. And when you quit eating that stuff, your liver is built to clean itself, to clean the body. Your blood's got to go through there. Your blood is filtered when the filter is clean. Okay? Keep it clean. It's just like your vacuum. You know, you got to clean the filter. Well, think of your liver. Think of your liver. It's like that. Eat the right food. Eat the right food. And your liver will produce glutathione. Your body will produce CoQ10. When you eat the animal kingdom. Got the memo? Okay. Now, CoQ10 is one of the C's, but remember now, okay, you need the other C's for your body to function properly. Creatine. Now, creatine is tremendous for, you know, people, they think of creatine and muscles. Okay? True. True. Creatine is very good for your muscles. But it's also very good for your brain. Creatine. Now, when you eat steak, you get creatine. Steak is the best supplement that you can have. Like, it's everything. It's everything. Eggs, they got everything in there. Cheese, everything's in there. Butter, everything's in there. Creatine's in butter. Did you know that? Now, nothing better than a steak. Nothing. Like liver, yes, but you know me. I don't talk about liver so much. I talk about your liver, but not eating liver. I wish I liked it, but I don't. Okay? And you can't make me like it. I'm too old. I'm not changing. Okay? So why do I talk like that? Why do I talk like this? Because it's true. You got to push back against propaganda. It's not science, it's propaganda. You got to push back. Okay? You got to push back. Collagen. Want another C? Collagen. Well, you know that. Bone broth. Bone broth has the highest source of collagen. People like collagen. I like collagen. I like bone broth. I like eating steak. You want collagen? Oh, like it's the new craze today is collagen. But you don't get collagen in the plant kingdom. It's not there. Okay. Again, you know me. I always tell you, well, okay, I'm not saying you should never eat anything from the plant kingdom. I don't do that to people. Just don't live on it. Creatine, collagen, carnitine, L-carnitine. Why is carnitine so good for you? So good for your heart. Okay, L-carnitine. I love carnitine. Okay? And carnitine, do you know what carnitine does, by the way, too? Let me just give you a few things that carnitine. Carnitine is excellent for your heart. But you know what else is good? It's sort of called the fat buster. I remember that one time. I wrote an article on carnitine. Okay? And I said, well, first of all, it's not found. L-carnitine is not found in the plant kingdom. But I said, second of all, all these people talking about, burning fat? Well, carnitine helps you. That's why when you eat a steak, you're helping to burn fat. Carnitine. Okay? And choline. When you think choline, what food do you think? Somebody tell me here. When you think choline, what food do you think? When you hear the word choline, an amino acid. Okay? Yes, okay. We're just waiting. I'm waiting for a few answers to come up. When you hear the word choline, the amino acid choline, what are you listening to? What do you think of? Here's me. That's how I operate. I hear choline, I think of Tina. You got it. Francis, you got it. Marla, you guys, I'm telling you, Maria. Rosemary, Wendy. Why doesn't any of this surprise me? AJ, Judy, you guys, Sandy, you know what I'm talking about. Well, Marcy, yes, there's choline in steak, but when you think of choline, Jude, it's egg. Cindy, do you know that there's no choline in the plant kingdom? Gloria, Loretta, Sue. Well, Sue, look, steak is the right answer to it is, okay? But if you had to take number one, it would be eggs, because that's what people think of when they think of choline. Okay? Not the average layperson, but you guys, because you got a PhD. I gave you an honorary PhD in nutrition. There's going to be a 2-part series, guys. Okay? Because I get excited and I go down rabbit trails. Because I want to talk to you about the propaganda that's out there. And you guys know, I know you know it, but it's good to go over it. Okay? It's good to go over it. Why you need to live more on the animal kingdom of foods than the plant kingdom. Okay? Again, it's not moderation, guys. Okay? It's not moderation. It's putting things in their priority when it comes to eating. And God, they can come back at me. I'm used to it, guys. When you're public and you're a radio show and then a podcast or whatever, you get pushback, and that's all right. I can take it. I'm right. And the world is wrong. But they're wrong about a lot of things, too, aren't they? Okay, we'll make this a 2-part, because I got to tell you about, I haven't even got into carnosine. Okay? And cysteine. I didn't even finish the C's. But we'll do that. Okay? Okay. We love you guys dearly and sincerely. Friday is Q&A. Now, I mentioned this yesterday. For those folks that apparently I missed a couple of questions last week. And hey, I don't want to miss any of your questions. So don't take it personally. I didn't mean to. You know, I'm a senior. It's possible that I missed something. Or I can blame my staff. Okay? I don't know who missed it, but apparently we missed a couple of questions. Re-ask. Send them back to info@martinclinic.com. Okay? Send them back and I'll take care of it on Friday. I promise. If I see it, I'll answer the question. Okay, guys, we love you dearly and sincerely. Talk to you soon.